the Kate Smith Evening Hour. Presented by new wonder-sudsing Babbo.
There goes Sink Smog, the guy who makes your sink look dull and dingy. He's being swept away by new Babbo, world's sudsiest cleanser. Yes, new Babbo outsuds any other cleanser.
That's why so many might brighter, whiter Babbo.
No sink smog with Babbo.
Tonight, the Kate Smith Evening Hour is bringing you Herb Schreiner, Xavier Cugat and his orchestra, and Dan Duryea. And here is your hostess, the star of our show, Kate Smith.
He loves me. I wonder who he can be. Yes, somebody loves me. I wish that I knew. Who can he be? Worries me. For every boy who passes me, I shout, hey, baby, you were meant to be my loving baby. Somebody loves me. I wonder who. Maybe it's you. For every boy who passes me, I shout, hey, baby, you were meant to be my loving baby. Oh, somebody loves me. I wonder who. Maybe, baby, maybe, it's you.
Well, it's me again. They sent me out to tell you about Xavier Cugat and, well, about his next number. I'll tell you, Xavier Cugat, I believe, has a wonderful orchestra. I wished he'd have brought it tonight. You'd have heard some music, I think. That's right, he has, but he's got a number up his sleeve here now, and I'm supposed to tell you a little bit about it. It's one of these kind of a rumba. Well, I don't know, rumba or samba or one of those. He don't play anything else but that. I mean, you don't, well, he played a waltz one night at a dance. A fellow requested it. Never found that fellow's body either. I don't know what it was. But he has, this number he's going to play is one of these. It's sort of like a rumba and a samba mixed together. It's one of them dances where you wear your clothes out from the inside. I don't know how to describe it. I tried to get him to tell me how you do this dance, and actually it's impossible to do it. It's, I mean, you've got to have loose hips and tight pants. That's the only thing you can do. And I'll tell you what it is now. They're going to play for a few bars, and then they're going to have 6 people come out and dance this particular dance. It's called the Les Raspo, I believe. And anyways, they're going to do this dance. Now, one person could actually do the dance. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But they threw in the rest of them. In case something lets go, the rest of them can finish it off. Here he is, Xavier Cugat.
Oh, Herb, I'm very proud of my organization. I have a nice bunch of boys. Some of them are musicians. You know, we have our own League of Nations, too. These boys come from all parts of the world. We even have a guy from Memphis. Now we're going to play a medley of tunes in which we feature a very cute Filipino boy. And then we have another boy from Brazil. He's going to play Tico Tico on the tambourine and finish with the Mexican La Raspa. Oh, yes, we carry our own sound effect man. This boy, it's called El Diablito. Está un poquito tocado del cerebro, and he makes all these crazy noises. So here it is, Candid, playing the jungle flute.
We're so pleased with the brand new Babbo. It's just so full of suds. In fact, that it's now the world's sudsiest cleanser. And you know, it cuts right through grease, just like that. Yep. I want you just to take a tip from me. You just try new Babbo once. It's no ordinary foaming cleanser, oh no. Brand new Babbo is so full of power-packed suds that nothing can equal it. I want you to watch those suds.
Yes, sink smog. That dull, gray, dingy film on sinks. Now, here's what causes sink smog. If you looked under a magnifying glass, you would see that even the finest porcelain has millions of tiny pits. And that's where you find...
Sink smog. I'm the guy who makes your sink look dull and dingy. I gather up grease, food particles. I fill up the porcelain pits and give ladies terrible fits. She's going to try and get rid of me with an ordinary cleanser. Ordinary cleansers can't clean me away when they don't get down here where I stay.
That's why you ought to try Babbo. That's why you ought to buy Babbo. That's why so many, many, many use brighter, whiter Babbo.
Yes, Babbo's power-packed suds work down into those porcelain pits. Sweep away sink smog in seconds. Babbo cleans your sink brighter, whiter than any other cleanser in the world.
Such a clean fragrance, too.
That's why so many, many, many buy brighter, whiter Babbo.
No sink smog with Babbo.
Dear, I thought I'd drop a line. The weather's cool. The folks are fine. I'm in bed each night at 9. P.S. I love you. Yesterday we had some rain, but all in all, we can't complain. Was it dusty on the train? Yes, I love you. Write to the folks just as soon as you're able. They came around to call. I burned a hole in the dining room table. Now let me see. I guess that's all. Nothing more for me to say. And so I'll close. And by the way, everybody's thinking of you. Yes, I love
This evening, ladies and gentlemen, we're introducing to television Dan Duryea. He's an actor who already is very well established in motion pictures and on the stage. Now, I will not list all of his very fine performances because I'm sure that you're more interested in what he is going to do than in what he's already done. This evening, he appears in a short play called Land's End. It was written by Dennis Plimmer and devised by Albert McCleary. Now, Land's End is a lonely spot. The people in it seem to reflect the desolate spirit of the place itself. It's a place where dramatic things happen. And so the Catesmith Evening Hour very, very proudly presents the television debut of Dan Duryea in Land's End. Here he is.
There it goes again.
Spring thunder. The gods bowling across the roof of the world.
You're counting on rain soon.
Sure, there'll be rain. And wind. And earth. And night, Duchess. The earth makes me feel big. The sky don't push me down. You don't ask me no questions, Duchess. Don't you want to know who I am, what I've been?
What for? I know. How long you been out?
How could you tell?
Yeah, you're that pale. I can tell by your eyes.
They took away my freedom for 10 years, Duchess.
That's a bad cough, mister. Won't help none when it starts raining.
When it starts raining, I start walking.
Back to town?
No. Out there into the dark, Duchess, where I can see the world all over again and figure out in my own dumb way what comes next. There's an important job I gotta do. I gotta talk fast and think fast before the fire goes out. End of the line, all out. Land's End. You got a match, Duchess?
Yeah. Here. Keep the box. Huh. You're calling on soon now.
Not much business this time of night, huh?
Yeah, no one ever passes here after midnight.
So there's just you and me on a peak of the world, and that's all, huh, Duchess?
That's it, mister. You and me, and the radio.
Turn it on. Maybe I can get a little farewell music.
You know, it's about time for the news. I can only get one station.
With last-minute campaigning well nigh over, the city awaits tomorrow's election tense and absorbed. On the eve of the elections, experts concur in picking the Honorable John Delahanty as the most likely of the candidates in tomorrow's mayoralty race. Stand by for further bulletins.
Turn it off.
This program is sent to you through
The Honorable John Delahanty running for mayor.
You know him?
Yeah, I thought I used to know him. He's come up in the world, ain't he?
It all depends on how you look at it.
Mayor Delahanty. Duchess, when a man hates another man, what happens?
You hate someone?
Yeah.
Well, then you'll do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I'm learning things, Duchess. Lord, though it's funny I should come to the end of my asking and my wondering here.
Did you hear a car?
No.
Well, I thought I'd... Listen.
You're right. Our little world's getting crowded.
Here we are, sir.
Fine time to break down. Election night.
Gee, I'm sorry, sir.
Not half as sorry as I am. What's wrong with the car, anyway?
I don't know, sir.
You're a fine chauffeur. Get me out here in the middle of the woods and you don't know.
Well, maybe I can phone for help. Is there a phone here, miss?
Yeah, right behind you. But the nearest garage closes at 12, and their phone's out of order.
Closes, eh? How far is this place?
Not 2 miles.
Well, I can walk it, sir.
Well, that's the best we can do. Go ahead.
All right, I won't be long.
Can I, have a cup of coffee, miss?
Sure.
Bad thunder, isn't it?
Sure. Spring thunder, Delahanty.
Who are you?
Come on, say you remember.
Why, Kim. Kim Farrell.
Yeah, glad to see me?
Why, yes, of course, but I thought you were still up there.
Time off for good behavior. I'm on parole.
Well, that's fine, fine. I'm very glad to see you.
You don't look it. I hear you come up in the world. Cheap racketeering on a big scale now, huh? I hear you're running for mayor.
Here's your coffee.
Huh?
Coffee.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I guess I took a wrong turn somewhere. Maybe I could have been mayor if I tried, or even president.
You got in the wrong crowd.
That's funny. They were your crowd, too.
Some of the boys made good.
And those were the ones you played along with, huh?
You've got to take the world for what it is.
I used to wonder about that, and I couldn't get to sleep in that 2x4 cell they shoved me in.
Well, that's all past now.
So that's the epitaph, huh? The great Delahanty, the people's choice, in a few well-chosen words, closes a chapter in a life.
What's the idea? Funny?
Don't you think so?
No.
Well, that settles that. Try your coffee. It's good. Tell me, John, Have you thought much about me all these years?
Sure.
I can imagine. You did a smooth job. I'm almost proud of you.
What do you mean?
The way you sidetracked me into the pen after I'd done the dirty work.
Now, listen, if you think I'm going to sit here and think...
No, I'm not going to blackmail you. I'm past that. I'm past most things. A skinny belly and prison lungs teaches you a lot of philosophy. Yeah. I'm past that. I'm going out soon. Out like a light. And I'd like to take you with me.
Listen, Kim, I'll pay you back. I'll give you everything you want.
You got something coming to you, John, and you're going to get it.
Kim!
Take it easy. Try the coffee. It ain't bad.
If you want a job, I'll get it for you. I've got pull, and I'll use it.
There's only one thing I want.
What's that?
I want to see you stretched out on that roadway with a hole right through you. You may as well get used to the idea. It's going to rain soon. And when it does, you're going to get yours.
If you had the brains you were born with, you'd listen to me. Back there where the lights are, I'm somebody.
You don't get me. I don't need that. I don't need a thing. For me, everything's pretty near over. See out there in the dark where that road goes? That's where I'm bound. Ask the Duchess here. She'll tell you.
Is this man a friend of yours?
Maybe. How much is it going to cost me?
Can't you tell him?
Listen. When a man comes to the end of the road, his lungs are bad, and he knows the road don't go much further for him. Then he begins to see things clear, the way they are. He knows what he wants. And that's all there is. That's the way things happen.
Rain, come on down. Drown the whole lousy world. Rain cold and sharp and sweet. How will you have it, John? Head, belly, back?
Listen, Kim, you're not going through this thing.
Sure. Why not? It's my party and we'll play my games. Let's have a little music, Duchess. Turn it up. Farewell music for Mayor Delahanty. This is it, John.
Okay, Farrell. Two can play at that game. Happy landing, Delahanty.
We interrupt this program to bring you the late election news. Now, at the 11th hour, experts concur in picking John Delahanty as the city's next mayor. Delahanty is regarded as a sure...
It's going to really pour when it starts.
I love it. Look at that night. Look at that sky. Trees and wind. Beauty so you can feel it between your fingers. Life busting out of things. Ripping, tearing the world wide open. Well, the party's over. Here's the phone, Duchess.
I give you about 3 miles.
Until what?
Until they get you.
They'll never get me.
Until they plug you, then.
Okay. So long, Duchess.
Hello, operator. Give me the police. Hello, police station. Well, there's been a killing out here at Land's End. Yeah. No, he won't go far. Yes, at the end of the trolley line. Land's End. Yeah.
I'm quite sure that everyone was thrilled by that very fine performance by Dan Duryea in Land's End. You know, seeing him play that part was quite an experience. But right now we have a new outlook on a very old romantic story. Since there are only 294 shopping days until Christmas, I thought maybe you might like a few timely suggestions now. If you have $1 million or so to spend, you have come to the right place. Mink coats, they tell me, are a drug on the market now. But so far, jewelry is in the clear. Of course, if you don't care what you spend, you can go along with a fellow who buys stars for people. Well, anyway, we'll have a star for you in just a moment. A star by the name of Kate Smith. But until she gets here, I would suggest that you move in here for a closer look at this. Why don't you tell me about this gallop pole thing?
Ted, I don't want to sound stupid or anything, but exactly what gallop pole thing do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
I'm not running for
it
president
has nothing to do with
Congress
politics.
or anything.
No, really, it hasn't. Now, here is the story. The American Institute of Public Opinion says that a balanced cross-section of adult women in all parts of the country, that is, city housewives, working women, farm wives, and single girls, was shown a list of women famous in the United States and throughout the entire world. And they were asked this question: which of these famous women comes closest to your ideal of what you yourself would like to be? Now, all of us in this entire organization here are very thrilled that the results of the poll are now published, and we find that Kate Smith is one of the 3 most popular women in the entire world.
Oh, well.
I'd like to congratulate you and say that we're very proud of you.
This is wonderful, Ted. I'm very, very proud, too, and I'm also thankful to all the folks for holding me in such high regard. All I can say is that I'll try to continue to be worthy of it.
All right, then say good night, and we'll be back next week with a wonderful show.
That's right. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching, folks. God bless you all, and good night now.
Good night.
What you're missing if you don't see Norge. Tune in next week when the Kate Smith Evening Hour will be brought to you by the Reynolds Metals Company and Norge over most of these same stations.